what would you say is the most effective way to get past fear and doubt when you're in the midst of the challenge? The most effective way is realizing this. You running away from fear anymore, you trying to distance yourself away from fear anymore is only ever going to aggravate the situation more and more, and it will never resolve the root cause problem. What do I really mean? Deep down, especially those of us who've gone through trauma, we try to create a life that resembles kind of like us being free from triggers. Not realizing it is triggers that actually equal liberation provided you let it. How do I know that? Think about this. Life has always assaulted our triggers. Have you ever noticed? Life has a way of unfolding in a way sometimes it triggers us. So think about this. Life can also, that means magically bring you liberation and healing, provided you let it. Because here's a fact, the teacher of this game called life doesn't teach with theory alone. She gives you the practical exam. The problem is most of us are running away from the teacher saying, no, I don't like that exam. This is why we never get to graduate to that new way of being, thinking, acting, and breathing. We never get to really elevate ourselves. So remember, whatever you're running away from will follow you for the rest of your life. Whatever you're running away from will follow you for the rest of your life. So right now, if you're in the midst of a chaos and you're being triggered, be thankful that life is beginning to truly try to transcend you in this moment. Now you got to remind yourself this. If you are truly finding these triggers are overwhelming you, the problem is not out there. The problem is inside of you. Understand the difficulty is not outside of you, it's all inside of you. And you know that because there are other people who could be in the same situation as you and not feel as triggered as you. How many know what I'm talking about? This means the difficulty is not in the world, it's in you. And you cannot resolve your inner difficulty trying to change the outer world, trying to make the outer world look calm. That doesn't resolve your inner issue because your inner issue is still there. You haven't escaped, it's still there. So that means what must you do is begin to liberate yourself. How? By realizing all a belief is, think about it, is just a decision. At the core, a belief is formed through decisions. So you got to begin to allow yourself to make new decisions. And you repeat that process enough over a period of time, you cultivate a new belief. And it is this new belief that allows you to overcome life situation. As after all, remember, the size of the problem is never the problem. What's a problem? What you're labeling as a problem is the size of you in relation to that problem. That's what you're saying is a massive problem. What do I really mean? If you're a level 5 person in strength of character and mind, and you come across a level 10 problem, are you going to be fearful in that moment? Are you going to be questioning yourself? Are you going to be thinking, Tim, that's a big ass problem? Yes or no? You bet. But let's say you grow yourself. Let's say you keep on growing yourself and you become, let's say, level 20 person, and now you're coming across the same level 10 problem. How many of you agree? This little problem will be no problem. It would be like stroking a kitten in the park problem. It would be a cute problem. In short, the size of the problem is never the problem. The size of you in relation to this situation, aka problem, is the problem. What's the point I'm trying to get across? Let's remind ourselves what's the purpose of any of this work we're doing right now. When you agree, anyone can feel good during good times. Anyone can feel abundant during abundant times. Anyone can give love when they're surrounded by loving people. Yes or no? So think about this. Is all of the LMA work, the personal development work you're doing, is it really for the good days? Or is it more for the bad days? Which one? If you think about it logically, it's actually more for the bad. It's more for the bad. So how can you tell how personally developed you are? The answer is simple, but not very pretty. Observe how you respond during your bad days. That's actually showing you concrete proof to how much you really know this stuff. So the aim of the game is to grow yourself to the point where you can have wonderful, terrible days, where you can have beautiful, ugly days. It is possible.